welcome back. So, as everybody I'm sure is aware, unless you've been living under a rock, the Big Fresno Fair is upon us once again in 2019. And it's going to be running from the 2nd to the 14th. And I'm really happy that we have Thalia from the CCSPCA again today.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
And we're going to be talking a little bit about their involvement in the fair. They're going to have a booth or a what?
We'll have a booth and our adoption trailer as well.
Oh, cool. Okay, so are you going to have a lot of animals on site?
Yes, we'll have about 15 to 20 animals every day available for adoption between dogs and cats.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
in kind of addition to the last segment we did, if you all saw it, you can see it on Facebook, YouTube, or on the station on Sundays, probably where you are right now. We spoke a lot about adopting, and then we spoke a little bit about
Fostering as well.
Fostering, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
And so while people are going for the fun food and the rides and maybe the music and go bet on the horses or ponies, I'm not really sure which one it is, it's going to be definitely a family outing in a lot of cases. So when people are thinking about, oh, you know, I saw that and I was thinking about fostering, they actually get to go meet the animals, right?
Yes, that's correct. So we'll have these animals that are ready to go home from the fair because they're already going to be fixed, vaccinated. They'll basically have all their services, microchipped and all of that. So when you go to the fair, at the fair, the adoptions are going to be discounted. And then from the fair, you can go home with your new best friend. You could actually leave with a dog or a cat that you want to give a forever home to.
Oh my gosh, so in all of that, it's like the total package, right?
Yes.
They're totally taken care of, they're ready to be homed, and you get to go do the cosmetic fun stuff like the bowls and maybe like a fun leash and you know, get into some sort of training program maybe or watch Cesar Millan, whatever your cup of tea is.
Yeah, definitely. So when you go to the fair, you're gonna have lots of fun because you know you can go enjoy all the fair food, the rides, and it's just a great family event. And then you know you could also actually go home with one of our little precious puppies or a kitten. So it's gonna be like the full experience when you go to the fair. So come check us out. Even if you're just gonna go to visit our booth and check out our animals, it's very educational. Our booth. We try to talk to the kids about like pet care and our services and things like that. So we definitely are one of those like kid-friendly booths, and the kids are definitely going to love it when they come and see all the animals. They might try to make you take home one of the pets, of course, but you know, but if nothing else, at least you can come and visit us.
That's awesome. So I got to meet Kevin just a moment ago. How old is Kevin?
Kevin is about 4 months old, and he's the runt of the litter. Came in as a stray with all his siblings, so they're available for adoption now. He is like a pit bull mix, and so he'll be good size, maybe like 40-50 pounds once he gets you know, to his full size. Right now he's a
Liquor.
He's a liquor, and but he's actually very sweet demeanor, very calm. He's a little shy, but like I think he'll come around. He just needs to break out of his shell. He's been with the siblings the whole time, so being out of that is not like it's a little bit scary for him not to be with the siblings. But unfortunately, he does have to get used to it because when he gets adopted, he's not going to be able to go with all his siblings. So you know, it's already time for us to start weaning him off, and just him learning like that human interaction and contact.
Awesome. On the positive note on that, doggies get acclimated pretty quick to their new pack.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
As long as, you know, there's the new family or pet parent or whatever is a little hands-on and, you know, starts working with the doggies and maybe their language a little bit, the walks, the bonding experiences. That's cool.
Yes. So like as soon as you take your pet home, you definitely want to try to make them feel comfortable, give them a place to hide and rest, and from, you know, the experience of being in a new place. And then also they're going to be recently spayed or neutered, so they also need a few days to recover after surgery. So when you do adopt, just some things, you know, those are some things to consider. But overall, the dog's going to be a great dog. If you're a great family, if you bond with them, if you spend time, take them out, you care for them, they're gonna acclimate to your family very well. They'll definitely adjust.
Because doggies speak the language of love.
Exactly. Yeah, that is a great way of putting that. And I particularly chose Kevin because he's a pit bull, and there's stereotypes with pit bulls, and I feel like this is a good time to mention that. It is Pit Bull Awareness Month for October, and so this is a breed that we definitely want to promote. It's because it's one that we get more than any other breed at the shelter, and so we like people to know that they should be equally deserving of a chance of a new home. A lot of them pass our temperament assessment, so they do make great family pets. And it's something that people can consider in adopting. You know, they are a handful, of course, because when they're big, you know, once they've reached their full size, they can be very heavy, and you know, so they require, you know, good training. But in reality, that's with any dog. Any dog you have, it's going to require you to put some attention, some, you know, devotion into your dog, and some training for them to develop into a really good dog.
Right. So we spoke earlier, and I know you know that I have a cat and 2 dogs.
Yes.
And they're all very different. I like to think of my cat as thinking somewhere in his head that he can probably take over the house and maybe the universe. It's a very different experience with the kitty. Yeah. With doggies, particularly our 2 doggies, and I've always had dogs in my home growing up. I've found that you know, the more time that's spent with them in play or, you know, training, things like that, there is not really a lot of correction mechanisms that need to happen, because doggies will recognize that, you know, you're the hoss, if you will, or the pack leader, as I've seen on other TV shows.
Yeah.
And it usually sorts itself out.
Yes, that's true.
Even with high energy dogs, you know, they just need to get rid of that energy. And even Kevin, when he gets older, sounds like he's probably going to need that too.
Definitely. It's because we are communicating to our dogs, even when we think that we're not, just by our presence and what we do, what we say to other humans, and how we react around the dogs. The dogs are learning, so they are being trained, even if we don't think we're training them. So they're definitely, like with my dogs, they're just very obedient, and I didn't necessarily spend a lot of time with them. They're all shelter dogs.
Sure.
But they just pick up to your mannerisms, to the way you're going to act, and they know who, you know, who the pack leader is, as you mentioned, exactly. So yeah, so it just depends on you spend time with your dog, and they're going to adjust to you, for sure.
So can we agree, regardless of breed, that doggies are a little bit like a canvas when they're a pup? So if they're shown, you know, attention and love and things like that, it's kind of like, you know, don't kill me for this one, but kind of like raising a human a little bit, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of love and respect and, you know, training involved, and the what is what in the world.
Exactly.
Regardless of breed, you know, a doggy will be whatever their environment is.
Exactly.
So if it's a pit bull, you know, pit bulls aren't going to run out and bite everything on the planet if they were shown love, you know, from puppy up, rather than potentially, you know, the other terrible things that can happen.
Exactly. So unfortunately, we saw that with like some of these like dog fighting cases that, like, for example, Michael Vick, he was doing like dog fighting. He's one of the football. Yeah, this was happened like in 2008. But a lot of the dogs that they rescued out of that situation, they were able to rehabilitate, and they put them into adoptive parents' homes. And then 3 of them were actually are now therapy dogs. So even though that these dogs were raised for fighting, these dogs were rehabilitated. And again, it's because somebody took time, love, and, you know, and the energy to turn them around into a better dog. And so I think that like a human, they can be rehabilitated if they are if people spend the right time with them and they show them compassion.
Right. So all the options that the shelter would normally do is going to go mobile at the fair. So it's, you know, fostering, volunteering, or adoptions, like outright, right then and there.
Yes.
In that way, does the Fresno Fair allow for the doggies to roam around out there? Or is this maybe an activity that should be for the end of the day? Like, how would that work ideally?
Good question. That's a great question. So they will do their adoption, and then they can come and pick up the pet at the booth when they're ready to go home, just because they can't be wandering around. We do have some strays that come on into the fair because they smell the food, and so then we have to go and catch the strays and bring them into our trailer and stuff. But once you're ready to go home, and it's also very stressful for them. Some of them just got fixed. So we'd prefer that they go home right after when you're ready to go. Yeah, so not be like wandering around the fair, because they're gonna need some time to kind of relax and just mellow out from all the stress and all the people that they saw at the fair. So yeah.
Yeah. May I say hi to Kevin?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, he's super lovable. He's so cute.
He's so lovable. Hey, big guy. How you doing? Oh, you were so pretty. My goodness. Fresno, look at this face. Come on. Rare opportunities come up where you can do a lot of fun things at the same time. In this case, being able to meet a pup like Kevin here, or another cat, or, you know, my gosh, the wonderful people that are doing great things at the CCSPCA, this is the time to do it. Go ride the rides, go have the food, you know, go listen to the music, and then say hi to Kevin. I mean, if he's not already gone, because this little guy's handsome. Thalia, thank you so much for being on.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome friend to KAIL, and we really appreciate what you do with animals in the community. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back soon, guys. Stay tuned.
Save a life.